Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What Do You Think? I'm Gaddafi, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about stocks. I know I've been getting into it a little bit, and when I talk, I'm mostly done research, a fairly amount of research on it or whatnot. And I feel as though right now I should give you my view on stocks and how I feel doing it, how I feel learning it, the whole process behind it or whatnot, like what I'm doing. This is gonna be like raw, all from me, like what I'm saying. Um, Generally, from what I gathered from what other people have been saying, or um, to motivate you or inspire you about it, is the fact that I see it's pretty much like a long-term thing, mainly. Not so much a get-rich-quick scheme type of thing, like get money real quick or whatever. You gotta think about the long term, like possibly like 15 to 20 years from now. But I mean, once you get started, that's mainly the whole thing. The sooner you get started, the sooner you can see growth. The sooner you see what potential that it can carry by gaining this kind of capital over time. Let's see, like an example from what I gathered from using a compound calculator, which is probably going to be one of your best friends while dealing with stocks or anything dealing with a capital or currency or whatever you want to say. There's like, let's say you have $500 that you're saving up every year for 20 years, and let's see real quick, that'll accumulate to what, like $10,000, right? Now, if you like, let's say at the end of that you want to get more money by using a compound calculator. Let's say you start off with $1,000 that year, and you add $500 yearly, while also like in the stock market, and the stock market generally goes from like what, like 7 or 8% every year. If you could have that consistently, let's see, hold on, you could compound it. I think it came out to something like 24,000 something or whatnot. The main thing is instead of just starting out with at the end with 10,000, you're coming out with 24,000 and change, something like that. I'm thinking about it real quick. But I mean, the fact is, do you see that kind of growth? Do you understand the potential that it has for your lifestyle and what it could do for you? I've seen that, and I have to say, jumping right into it is not the best thing. Getting started is the best thing. There's a little bit of difference. Jumping in, I mean, like, oh, you're like, let me just throw money at it. You're not even checking out the companies. You're not looking at the balance sheet. You're not looking at what that company is coming out with in the future. You're not looking at trends or nothing like that. Just throwing money into the stocks is, of course, not the smartest thing. It's not going to get you money quick. Jumping into penny stocks as well is another thing in which I've discovered is not very prevalent. Even if you know what you're doing, like say you're like a pro or whatnot, you're still gonna make mistakes. Doing the stocks, it's gonna be making mistakes. But if you're a beginner, that's especially crucial. That's like a critical point right there. You could practically lose all your money, and I've made all these mistakes for you ahead of time. So I could tell you a little bit of what's going on. Also, another thing to watch out too is diversity. It's always good to be diverse, but at the same time, you can't be too diverse. Like you can't end up having like 20 or something stocks or 30, 40. The possibility and the option, the opportunity for it out there is there for you. But at the same time, you have to understand certain details of it. Like that can hurt you in the long run. You're jumping into way too many different things, so you're not able to keep track of every single company that you've bought. So it can greatly hurt your portfolio. You're in this game to make money and secure it the best way possible and protect your investment, right? Hopefully. So the best way is to research, study. You have to check out balance sheets. You have to see the new trends. You have to see what they're coming out with. You have to be sure of yourself and confident in the company, like you yourself, not just because somebody said something or whatnot, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna run with that since I've seen that that worked for them before. Okay, are they consistently coming up with good ideas and plans, and is it going to be 100%? No, it's not. Absolutely not. I'm going to answer that question before even finishing the sentence. No, that's not happening. You yourself have to be confident because it's your money. You're not using their money. You're using your money. So you have to be sure of what you're getting into. Now, I know it may seem like a whole bunch of cautions, but it still has a lot of potential to be positive more than negative if you put in the time and effort. It's not going to require like straight 24 hours of research on one company. Um, Hopefully not. Hopefully you don't do that. That's just insane. That means you're looking at every finite detail about the company, but you're not going to be investing in only just one company. Your first company should be a company that you feel confident, that you really like, that you're like, hey, you know what, I'm going to stick my money in here and see what happens. And another thing too that's pretty good, you could start with any amount of money. You don't need to have like $10,000 to start off with. You don't need $500 to start off with. It would be nice though. Um, but you don't generally need all that. There's different stocks that are cheap enough for you to buy, even if they're not penny stocks. But um, I mean, especially for the first kind of stock that you're going to be jumping into, just try and find a stock like Coca-Cola. That's a good stock. McDonald's. Let's see, Apple. That's another great one. Google is type expensive. Amazon. Definitely expensive. But you could kind of understand where I'm getting at. You know these companies. You know the brand name. You know what they're about. You know what's going on. If not, check into it. These are strong companies. These are what I would possibly call blue chip stock companies that you invest. I forgot to see which one. Some of them pay dividends and some of them don't. Um, I'm going to go into more details on dividends and everything else in other videos, but quickly, dividends are like the company paying you shares, like say something's like $100 or whatever, and they're going to give you like, let's just say 5% out. Probably not even that. Let me see. They're probably, I'm just generally saying like give you like 5% pay out of that. Okay. So that's like kind of like dividends. Like they're going to pay out of their own earnings and stuff like that. So you could also build like a dividend portfolio stock where you could constantly get paid like what every month or every 3 months or a year. Even certain companies do special dividends where they pay out more money than what they're initially giving, or sometimes they don't even pay dividends. There's so many different things in which you can get into with the stocks, but it's not something to be scared of. I've recently gotten into the stocks like maybe a few months ago, and I haven't made a tremendous amount of money, but I do see what most stock investors are talking about. And I'm not a pro, by the way. I'm just starting out, and I'm seeing growth. My stocks is in the green, but that's because I've done research and have like a basic understanding. Now, hopefully, over time, because I'm looking to stay in this for years, I can only get better. I'm going to only get better at this. And you should go into this understanding and knowing the same. Because I understand all what I'm saying now, you don't understand. But hopefully, certain points, just knowing, I mean, the general fact that you're going to have capital inflation, like you're going to increase your capital, you're going to increase your money, you're going to increase your lifestyle. There's certain ways. This is a good positive passive income to get into. I mean, pretty much any passive income is good to get into, but this is one that you might surprise yourself of like, okay, I didn't understand nothing at first, but I kind of get a general idea. Let me try it out. Let me see what's going on. Make sure like your first stock is something that you really want to get into, and your second stock is also a good stock that you might be looking at. And just like the companies I said before, like big companies like that like let's say if you want dividends or whatnot, um, pretty much strong companies like Coca-Cola, Amazon, Google, and stuff, Apple. I'm not sure all of them pay dividends, but I know one of them or some of them do. My main point is you need to research that company and make sure it's been either paying dividends for a strong while, like consistently, or they have like a strong growth. Um, it's like big companies like that aren't going to be like huge potential growth. Like maybe Apple is going to be going to have like a lot of growth, especially with the new stuff like the iPhones, the iPads, and stuff that they come out with. And this is also partially what I'm saying. Like, you have to look at what they're coming out with, what might be popular, and what might be new that everyone's going to jump on. You cannot tell me that people aren't going to jump on the new iPhone that's coming out or new iPad. I mean, like, damn it, I'm using. I know I got the calculator up right now, but I'm using the iPad or whatnot. I've seen it in almost every single household. Um, So you know that's going to be around for a long time. So that might be a possible company for you to invest in. I'm going to talk about soon the stocks in which I've invested in. Hopefully you're interested to see that and see what I'm talking about, where everything is in the green and I'm on the up and up. Uh, but even I'm going to need to rework my portfolio as time go on. But you know, it's fun. I'm having fun doing it. I'm having fun listening to all this stuff. I'm having fun checking out the. They have depending on the company, they send you like certain stuff where you could vote for the board of directors and then everything. It's like they do like it's like this cool little inside thing, and like the stuff they mail you or send you is like encrypted, and I think that's cool. Just checking it out. Just try it out. It might be something that you're like, yo, I don't know what's going on with this, but you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of money into it. I'm gonna see what's going on with it, and you might be surprised. You're like, all right, I'm gonna hold this down. You might be into day trading, or you might even be into the long term. Whatever you're into. I'm going to also tell you about what kind of mindset that I have, or what you should be like, where you should be kind of going at. Even though I'm not decades into this, I'm learning a lot. So I'm going to tell you about a lot. I'm going to try and tell you everything that I know, everything that's going on. I'm even going to let you know where I'm looking for all this stuff at, who I'm looking up to, I check up on like Warren Buffett. He's like one of the most prolific stock investors of all time. He's a billionaire. But it's not just him alone. There's there's more. There's crap ton of people who have success through the stocks, and you could honestly be one of those people. I strongly feel as though you can do great things with stocks. I'm looking to do great things with stocks. I hope you enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, comment. Enjoy your day. All right. This has been What Do You Think? Gaddafi out. All right.